This program was recorded at Sun Bear Studio in Ripley, Mississippi.
Hey Shark fans, it's Melinda Marsalis. Welcome to Heard It on the Shark. I'll be your show host, and Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area is your show sponsor. Heard It on the Shark is a weekly interview show that airs every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on the Shark 102.3 FM radio station based in Ripley, Mississippi. Then it's released as a podcast on all the major podcast platforms. You'll hear interviews with the movers and shakers in North Mississippi who are making things happen. I'll talk to entrepreneurs, leaders of business, medicine, education, and the people behind all the amazing things happening in North Mississippi. When people ask you, how did you know about that? You'll say, I heard it on the Shark. Heard It on the Shark is brought to you by the Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area. We want you to get out and discover the historic, cultural, natural, scenic, and recreational treasures of the Mississippi Hills that are right in your backyard. And of course, we want you to take the Shark 102.3 FM along for the ride. Musical credit belongs to Hill Country Blues guitar legend Gary Burnside and the late great Buddy Grisham, playing Long Way Home from their album Acoustic Brothers, which was recorded at Sun Bear Studio in Ripley, Mississippi.
The Northeast Mississippi Youth Foundation was established in 2001 by the Create Foundation to engage young people in community development. We now have about 70 upperclassmen from 17 counties in Northeast Mississippi. In the fall, we focused on developing leadership and fundraising skills. We then identified nonprofits in all of our home counties. Lastly, we decided how to distribute the funds we had raised and hosted a press conference to present the funds to these great organizations. In this Northeast Mississippi Youth Foundation series, you will learn about some of the great work being done by local nonprofits. Let's get started.
3, 2, 1.
Hey there, Shark fans. This is Olivia. I'm a senior at West Union Attendance Center in Union County, and I'm a member of the Northeast Mississippi Youth Foundation. Today in the Sun Bear Studio, we are going to speak with Mr. Daniel Alsup, a volunteer at the Beds for Kids. So, Mr. Daniel, will you please tell us what exactly Beds for Kids is and what this organization does?
Okay. About 7 years ago, Brother Stanley Huddleston at Mount Olive Baptist Church, he started this because he was in homes and saw where children were sleeping on piles of clothes or an air mattress, and he had a heart for these children, and he said, we can do something about that. So they started building them, and they thought they might just build 4 or 5 a month, and it's just grown from there. But what they do is we build them out of 2x4s. Even the slats are 2x4s. It's a very sturdy bed, and we present the family, the children, with the bed, the frame, the mattresses, the bedding. We give them a Bible, and we'll witness to the children and the family, because that was the main focus point of the ministry, was to get the Word of God into the homes there, and the beds was a means to do that. But like I said, we do that and have started out in a building, and we had 6 or 7 men, age 65 to 80s, building the beds, all volunteers. And of course, on a good day, 6 was good. A real good day was 10. But like I said, we don't donate these beds. We don't charge anything for them. And we try to, it has grown to the point that now we're doing over 125 or so every month. So it has really gotten out there. People will ask us, say, has every child not gotten a bed yet? Well, the answer is no, because we wouldn't keep getting calls if everyone had one.
So back in April, Beds for Kids received a grant of $517. Can you tell us more about where those proceeds went and how they helped in the creation of the beds?
Okay. Well, like I said, we are strictly live on donations because we have no income like that. But we take the money and we buy mattresses. When we buy them, we were having to buy them for like $70 a mattress. But some companies are really good about donating mattresses to us. They've donated pillows, and we use to buy comforters. Comforters are called, we call them beds in a bag, because they come with the complete flat fitted sheets, the pillowcase, everything. And, you know, those we can try to keep them around $25. You can go up to $40 if you really go out there. But we buy the comforters. We had to buy the pillows. We buy the Bibles. We have to buy all the lumber that we build the beds with, the screws, the glue, just the general electricity that would run the building, things like that. So the money is used for that to just keep us going.
Right. So for those that are listening that would like to become a part of Beds for Kids, how should they go about that? Do y'all have a website or a Facebook page?
Well, there's a Facebook page. It's called Beds for Kids, Mount Olive Baptist Church. If they wanted to send a check or something in to help, they can mail it to Beds for Kids, Mount Olive Baptist Church, 35 County Road 7511, Baldwin, Mississippi, 38824. Or they could just contact me or whatever. I can give you my phone number. And like I said, we gladly take donations. It's tax deductible, of course. And we get donations from $20 to much larger, and the $20 add up. That really helps to buy, that'll buy a comforter. It's all appreciated.
Right. Is there online donations?
No, that we're not set up for online, but they can mail it in. Right. Or like I said, I live here in Ripley, and the church is on Highway 30, 4 miles from Highway 45, and just right outside of the 45 Baldwin there. We'll get you money somehow or another.
Is there anything else that we should know about Beds for Kids?
If they have a child that might need a bed, they could contact Miss Karen Roberts at 662-523-2030, and she does the scheduling for deliveries. And like I said, all our deliveries are done by volunteers. And so, we really need more volunteers because we go in teams of 2 or 3 and go in the home. We assemble the beds in the home. We don't just take it to the porch and leave it. We actually put it up. The workers, we had 10 was a good day. Well, since speaking at different organizations and churches, telling people what Beds for Kids is, we've grown to 18, sometimes 20, 25 builders, and that's a good thing. One other thing I didn't tell you was a lot of people ask how much the cost of building one complete bed is, and it's around $130. So that includes all the mattresses and pillows and everything.
Okay, so is anybody able to come and volunteer?
Yes, they must be at least 16 years old, but men and women can come build, and it's very easy work. There's no heavy lifting, and it's all just specially. There's a jig, you put it in, drill a hole, whatever. It's not specialized. Anybody could do that. We build regularly on Monday mornings from 8 till 11, and we can also a group or a youth group, a church group wants to come. We can set up a Saturday or a Thursday night. Just let us know ahead of time where we can make sure we got plenty of lumber there, and we'd love for groups to come. College students can use our work as references for scholarships, so they can use that.
Right. So I do have to ask, how did you become affiliated with Beds for Kids?
Well, they were they needed to build inventory up, and they were going to build 100 beds in a week, try to, get some built up. And I went the first day, and I liked it. And so I came back the second day and the third day, and I never left. They've been doing this for 7 years, and I've been there 6 years of it. And like I say, if you ever come build one time or go make a delivery, it'll change your life. You will see. It'll warm your hearts.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Daniel. All right, Shark fans, that's all for this special edition of Heard It on the Shark. I'm your guest show host, Olivia Cross. If you want access to this or any of our interviews, you can find them at shark1023.com. If you want to find out how you can contribute to the Northeast Mississippi Youth Foundation, you can go to createfoundation.com and search for Youth Foundation.
The Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area was established by the United States Congress in 2009 and represents a distinctive cultural landscape shaped by the dynamic intersection of Appalachian and Delta cultures. This intersection has produced a powerful concentration of nationally significant cultural icons, including King of Rock and Roll Elvis Presley, First Lady of Country Music Tammy Wynette, blues legend Howlin Wolf, civil rights icons Ida B. Wells-Barnett and James Meredith, America's favorite playwright Tennessee Williams, and Nobel-Laureate William Faulkner. The stories of the Mississippi Hills are many and powerful, from music and literature to Native American and African American heritage to the Civil War. The Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area supports the local institutions that preserve and share Northeast Mississippi's rich heritage. Begin your discovery of the historic, cultural, natural, scenic, and recreational treasures of our region by visiting the Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area online at mississipphills.org.
This show is made possible by JC Media, LLC in Ripley, Mississippi. JC Media owns the Shark 102.3 Classic Rock FM radio station where the show is hosted, and Sun Bear Recording Studio where the interviews are recorded. We need your feedback and support. If you listen to the podcast on a player like iTunes, Google Podcasts, or Amazon Music, please subscribe to the show and leave us a review. We also have an email in which you can share your feedback. That email is theshark1023@gmail.com. Subscribe to our podcast on your favorite app or stream episodes online at shark1023.com/podcasts. Today's episode was produced by Melinda Marsalis. It was edited by Rick Williams and engineered by Chris Marsalis. The podcast technician is Joyce Grady.